未来的经济发展当中呢，我们不能够把新的工作的产生当作是理所当然的。为什么呢？因为通过 AI 人工智能，通过自动化，新的行业所需要的劳动力会减少。
It was Jensen Huang, right, who said that AI can't turn a screwdriver, AI can't fix a broken pipe and all that. And the question really is that how do we use AI to augment our workers so that they're a lot more productive and a lot more better at achieving outcomes than before?
I think new sectors where we may not have the right to win yet, but actually we need to win the right to play.
今年新加坡正在朝向一个新的经济发展的一个旅程，在这段旅程当中呢，我们会面对许多新的挑战。第一个挑战就是国际局势的转变非常的迅速，所以在这样的一个环境之下呢，我们将面对很大的挑战。我们要推动我们经济的增长，会遇到更大的阻力。另一方面，因为科技的迅速的发展，也会造成许多的行业会转变他们经营的方式，许多的工作也会改变他们的形式、他们的性质。所以这些转变对经济来说都会有一定的影响。他们一方面会有挑战，另一方面也会为我们的经济提供新的机遇。在未来的经济发展当中呢，我们不能够把新的工作的产生当作是理所当然的。为什么呢？因为通过 AI 人工智能，通过自动化等等，新的行业所需要的劳动力会减少，可能不需要那么多的劳动力就能够达到经济的增长。那么我们如何确保说在我们的经济增长当中仍然能够创造更好的就业机会给新加坡人，这个是非常重要的。I think in the earlier years when Singapore started our economic journey, we are starting from a lower base. Growth is easier to achieve. Now that we are relatively mature, growth is already hard to achieve. Plus the challenging external environment, I think it will become even more difficult. We have many economic crises, financial crises and so on, but these are quite well defined, the cause of it, and you see a way out. You see a way to revert back to where we were and then continue the growth path. But today's crisis that we are facing is very different. It is going to be a different world that we are going to emerge from. We are never going to go back to where we were. Global competition, great power contestation, and might is right. That kind of approach is very different from where we were before. 所以这是一个双向的目标，一方面继续推动经济的增长，希望能够达到长期的2到3%之间的增长。那么希望呢，通过我们的努力，能够推到这2% 到3% 之间的顶端那就能够达到很好的经济增长的这个景象。那么同时，除了经济增长之外，我们也要同时推动制造新的工作机会，让新加坡人有更多的机会。What is different this time is that we do want to make sure that training and upgrading becomes part of life. It's not just go for training when there's a crisis. When you're out of job, go for internship training just while you're looking for a job. In fact, we want our workers to embrace training as part of the way of life. When you're working, you think about how can I upgrade myself. Even if I have a good job, I still think about what are the new skills I need to acquire so that I am ready for the future. So it's a bit fundamental. So it's not just about more schemes and more programs, but how can we have that mindset shift? We need to continue to attract MNCs, it's quite clear. They bring technology, they bring business, they bring market, they bring network, and they create jobs in Singapore. We have seen that happening. But we now need to turn our attention also to those that are emerging. In the past, we may say that, well, we'll wait for you to become big because I don't know whether you will succeed or not. So we will need to, as Jeffrey said, we need to take a bit of risk. Some of them will not turn out to be all right because these are emerging. You never know whether they will arrive. But you need to take a bit of risk, invite them to be here, grow with them. Some will not succeed, so be it. but some will grow into MNCs. Then they will grow from Singapore, and we enjoy their growth together as partners of this growth company.
I think if you look at SMEs broadly, the things we would like to emphasize are, number one, they need to internationalize, and the government will help them to support them to compete in more difficult markets. And then number two, they really need to aggressively adopt and benefit from AI. These are sort of two examples of significant changes that we expect to do, and we have to help our companies to do that. And as DPM explained also for the workforce. The second key move that we want to make is to push out our growth boundary. And there are a few ideas. One is we want to boldly pursue new technologies such as quantum computing, decarbonization technologies, space technologies, amongst others. Now, it may surprise you that the space is one of them, but actually we do have a nascent space industry here. I think new sectors where we may not have the right to win yet, but actually we need to win the right to play. So if we are able to do these two key moves right, first, to double down on our strengths, second, to push out our growth boundaries, then the outcome should be that Singapore will move from a landing pad for foreign investment to a launch pad for global companies. And that's our objective.
We should really broaden the range of good jobs in our economy. Okay, like I said, jobs that reflects the aspirations of Singaporeans and makes the best use of their skills. And when, some of these will come from the growth strategies that Jeff talks about. Okay, with AI, there'll be new roles. So we talked about how we want Singapore to be a leading AI country, but we also need to have a national AI workforce strategy. And AI's impact will be pervasive. So we need to help every Singaporean become comfortable and confident with AI so that they can use it to increase their productivity. It was Jensen Huang, right, who said that AI can't turn a screwdriver, AI can't fix a broken pipe and all that. So I think it's quite right. Like we were saying, there are a lot of jobs that Singaporeans are engaged in today, that Singaporean households depend on, that businesses depend on, that will not be replaced by AI. And the question really is that how do we use AI to augment our workers so that they're a lot more productive and a lot more better at achieving outcomes than before? No worker should be left behind. And we believe that every worker can acquire a mindset and use AI to make themselves better.
几天前我到一间公司 Micron 为他们做动土仪式的时候，我参观了他们的工厂。他们的工厂里面呢很少员工，我就说你的员工都跑去哪里了？他说我们有很多员工，但是这些员工都是在中央控制室，在控制着这些机器人在操作，所以很多的生产线都是用机器人在操作，但是机器人的背后还是需要控制这些机器人的高质量的员工，所以我们就想怎么样培育新加坡的员工能够成为这些 AI 或者是自动化机器人的操作员。那么我们也可能培育出一些新加坡员工能够制造机器人或者设计机器人，这样的话他们的工作质量就会再进一步的提升，这样的话他们的收入也会更好。Actually, there are no sunset industries because there are no sunset businesses. You just need to continue to transform, keep up with the change in the operating environment. The environment has changed, as we talked about extensively just now, that the world has changed, the external environment has changed.